Hello viewers, and you are welcome once again to Wellbeing Call. Please do continue to keep safe and keep well wherever in the world that you are. Today's video is a continuation of other things that you can include in your weight loss plan. And today it's about hormonal imbalance, or how to balance your hormones. Our body, as we all know, is complex, and research continues all the time to find out new things. Studies find out all the time new things about our bodies. I mean, it's just in 1921 that insulin was actually discovered. So this is just to show the complexity of how our body works. So hormones are chemical messengers for our bodies. They get produced in one part of the body and transmit messages to other parts of the body. And that's how hormones work. So we have approximately 50 different types of hormones at work in our bodies all the time. Today I'll be focusing on 5 of them as it relates to weight gain or losing weight. Those 5 are the sex hormones, leptin, insulin, thyroid hormone, and the growth hormone. Hormonal imbalances can happen at any stage of life, and there are many factors that come into play that could bring this about. I'll start by talking about the sex hormones. So these fluctuate through life, but as we grow older, they then begin to reduce in the body, and this is a natural process. It's a natural process of aging. The sex hormones include estrogens and testosterone. So estrogens are the female hormones, testosterone are the male hormones. Both male and female carry both hormones, but in different quantities. So females carry larger quantities of estrogens, and men have higher levels of testosterone. But each of us still have a little bit of the other. As we grow older, these levels drop. Our bodies produce less. Now, when they are there, these hormones, both male and female, help the body to break down fat. But in low levels, these fats now get stored, particularly around the middle, which is called the visceral region of the body. So around the middle, around the trunk area. And this clearly leads to weight gain and obesity. The next hormone I'll talk about is leptin. Leptin is produced by our fat cells, the fatty cells in our body. And the function of leptin is to connect with our brain to tell the brain when we've had enough food. That message gets lost sometimes. There is ongoing research about why this is happening. So there isn't a complete total understanding of why this happens. However, it's been found that when there are inflammatory conditions going on in the body, then that connectivity can be lost. And so the reflex we keep experiencing is that of hunger. So our brain keeps telling us that we're hungry and we eat more, even though we don't need the food. The next hormone is insulin. Insulin is typically known as the sugar hormone, and that's because the key function of insulin is to transport glucose, to aid with the transportation of glucose from the blood into the body cells, where it is used to create energy. So glucose is needed in the body cells to create energy, and insulin enables it to get to where it's going. The fourth hormone that I am talking about here is thyroid hormone. The thyroid hormone is so multifunctional. It helps with metabolizing proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. It's got a few other functions, but those are the key ones. And so with low levels of thyroid hormone, you're unable to adequately break down these foods, which means it's not being used as energy as it should, or for bodybuilding as it should. So these foods just get stored in the body. And the last hormone is the growth hormone. The growth hormone has the function of building bones and muscles, and it's also been implicated in weight gain when there are low levels. Most of these things are still being studied about, just looking more intricately at exactly how this happens, where when there is a low amount of one, it just automatically translates to more body fat cells and therefore obesity. So next I'll talk about why these imbalances happen in these hormones. We can see already that due to age, we have low levels of some hormones. It's a natural process. But other reasons include extreme and chronic stress, which of course leads to other conditions like type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. Then there is drug misuse, which goes to interfere with the normal workings of the body and therefore leads to weight gain when there is an imbalance in these hormones. Poor diet and nutrition, which then leads to deficiencies. So this happens because naturally what we supply our body with is what our body would have to work with. So if, for instance, we do not have enough of zinc in our diet, that would invariably affect insulin, because zinc is needed to produce insulin in the body. Zinc is also needed to produce the sex hormones. So deficiencies are a crucial part of the equation. Also, we have environmental toxins and pollutants, which when we come into contact with, leads to imbalances in hormones. So now I would like to talk about what we can do naturally to help with approaching these imbalances. The first point, and the really important point, is about exercise. Exercise does a lot of things for the body, such as, yes, burning calories. It also helps in terms of increasing the levels of the sex hormones. And the particular exercise that can be helpful in that area are strength exercises. Another thing to consider is your stress reduction strategies, stress management, and stress control. Stress is a key factor in a lot of illnesses and inflammatory conditions. So managing stress is really important. I talked about stress in a previous video. I would add that link at the bottom of this video. So please listen to that. Go watch that video. There are a good few points on how to manage your stress. Secondly, with drug misuse, there is help and assistance. So please always contact your health practitioner, contact your pharmacist, contact your nutritional therapist. There is help and support out there. It's not something that you can handle on your own. The third point is about diet and nutrition. So like I said earlier, what you supply your body with is what your body has to work with. So trying as much as possible to ensure that you are having a healthy diet that is rich in fresh sources of protein, healthy fat, and healthy grains. Cutting down on sugars, processed foods, processed carbohydrates is really important, because that would mean you're able to cut out all sorts of pollutants that come with the food, herbicides, pesticides, and other things that your body really does not need. And lastly, being able to control the impacts that environmental pollutants may have on your body. And here I'm talking about pollutants such as plastic. Plastic seeps into your drink when you use plastic for your water bottle, using plastic in your microwaves. So limiting the use of plastic is really important. Plastic contributes hugely to hormonal imbalance in the body. And of course, when in the process of eating fresh, healthy foods, making sure that they are thoroughly washed and cleaned. Possibly use things like apple cider vinegar to wash your vegetables, to wash your fruits, because most of these actually have residues of pesticides and herbicides on them. Again, these are substances that your body really does not need at all. So thank you for listening. I hope this has been a very useful video for you. And please share, please like, and please subscribe. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.